Okay, so the first step is to get a custom domain name for our Blogger blog. So you have a lot of different options, but the main thing that you need to understand is that you need to register a domain name. Now, you can't own a domain name forever. You can only register a domain name for a 1 year period of time, then re-register it over and over. Because Blogger is owned by Google, it integrates really well with Google domain names. It's just a quick and easy process, so you can always use Google domain names to get your domain name. But personally, I'm going to instruct you on how to use Namecheap, because I personally use Namecheap as my domain name registrar of choice. The reason I use Namecheap is because they have the lowest prices, but they also offer good support. Now, one domain name register that's even cheaper than Namecheap is Dynadot, and I like Dynadot, but where they fall short for me is just their chat support is sometimes unavailable. So their support is just not as good as Namecheap, and I find that really annoying because sometimes you're going to have questions about your domain name, about how to set things up on the back end, etc., whereas just the support with Namecheap is a whole lot better. So in this section, basically, I'm going to show you how to use Namecheap, how do you set up a custom domain name at Blogger that's pointing to Namecheap. So let's get to it. In general, most people are kind of familiar with GoDaddy as a place to get your .com. Google Domain Names is another spot, and this has really nice integration with Blogger. It just kind of, because Blogger is owned by Google Domain Names, obviously. But I would personally like to keep my domain name separate. I don't want to have all my services with Google, and honestly, GoDaddy is just way too expensive for registering a .com. .coms at GoDaddy are $17.99 a year. It's very expensive. Whereas Namecheap, you get a lot better price. So to get started with Namecheap, because this is the domain name register that I use, and I only recommend stuff that I use. So I use Namecheap. I'm really happy with the service and the price. So anyways, just go here to this big search box and just type in whatever you're searching for. So my amazing blog.com, and then we'll click on the search box. Okay, now it's going to come up and tell us if our domain name is available to register. Okay, so my amazing blog is not registered, not available. So it says make offers, so that means I have to basically try again. So to get started again, we just come back up here and my amazing blog today. just keep adding words to it. Okay, and now it says $8.88 a year. There we go. And now all you have to do is click add to cart. And all right, let's go view item. And let's click on checkout. Okay, and now with Namecheap, what you get is WhoIsGuard for free, and you get 24/7 support with your domain name if you have any questions, and that is it. And so all you have to do is basically confirm your order. You'll have to create a Namecheap account, and now you have your very first domain name, and this is a proper domain name register, so whenever you want to have domain names, you can just log into your Namecheap account and get new .coms, and that's it. And so basically, you get it for 1 year. Now, a lot of people maybe who are very new to domain names are sometimes surprised by this, but you can only get a domain name for a year at a time. So if you want, you can go ahead and register for years in advance. Personally, I would probably do like 2 years maybe, and then after 2 years, I would go ahead and then register, for 5 years or 6 years if your website sticks around, and that's it. Then WhoIsGuard just protects your personal information because when you sign up to a domain name register and you own a domain name, you have to submit contact information. It's an ICANN regulation. So that's ICANN is just the body that manages domain names and the DNS system. But you get WhoIsGuard for free with Namecheap forever, whereas like GoDaddy charges for this and other domain name registers charge for this. And so that's basically it. So just go ahead and confirm your order, and that is it, and you are good to go.